Hi, I'm Matt McLaughlin with BizTech Magazine at the CDW Core-to-Cloud SummIT. I'm here with Sandra Blettner, Matt Axtell, and Ryan Brotherton of CDW. One of the trends we're seeing in IT is an integration of in-house IT infrastructure and cloud resources. This is creating a lot of opportunities and benefits for organizations, but also some challenges. I'm wondering, what are we seeing as some of the key challenges that organizations are facing as they try to integrate in-house and cloud resources?
One of the challenges that I see initially, even before they make that journey to hybrid, is really determining what workloads even make sense to move to cloud, right? There's a lot of marketing hype that's out there that might say cloud is cheaper, it's easy, it's fast, it's great, but the reality is there's due diligence that's needed upfront to make sure that workloads are moved responsibly from a security, from a financial, from a performance perspective. So that's probably one of the biggest things I see.
Security has always been one of the biggest barriers or initial things that need to be considered before any transformational cloud endeavor could really take place. As clients get more mature and they spend a few years out there, there is sometimes sprawl. So managing cloud costs and making sure that we have the right security wrappers are joining just as long. Managing costs and spend in cloud is just as much of a concern today. The other big area that we're seeing is just as clients mature, they need a different skill set. And there is a huge gap in the market today with cloud-centric responsibilities and jobs where even AWS and Microsoft can't find enough engineers. It's really difficult to find the people that your business needs. And when you do find them, it's often difficult to hire and retain the talent.
So understanding what's in place today within the on-premises infrastructure is key. Making sure that you can plan accordingly for data gravity, understanding where your workloads make the most sense to reside in order to achieve business value.
So security is obviously one of the big challenges. What kind of advice do you guys give your clients as far as being able to secure their data and their workloads in these hybrid environments?
I would say it's get educated, right? I think there's a misnomer out there of, oh, I'm moved to the cloud, I'm inherently more secure. But the cloud is a shared responsibility model, and so it's really important for our clients to not only get educated on what exactly the shared responsibility model is, but more so how to implement the measures to keep their data secure.
And I think a lot of clients take those first basic steps, right? They say, I'm going to cloud, I need web application firewalls, or I need secure web gateways, or whether their appliance is on-prem or running virtually in the cloud. They take those first steps, which is great, but it's not enough today. There are additional vulnerabilities, and the edge now is really with our end users. It's not protecting the castle and the moat and keeping people out. It's identity and access management where we're really seeing the true perimeter and edge of vulnerability.
Agreed. You could have the best technology, but if you don't have processes in place to follow that, and then more so if your people aren't good stewards, that totally could ruin the best technology you may have in place.
What are some ways that organizations who don't have in-house IT staff to handle these problems, how can they go about solving them?
I think in-house growing of talent is the best place to start. Make it fun. Make the workplace exciting. Be accommodating to the younger up-and-coming IT professionals. Give them the opportunity to really explore what this world is and offer their unique perspective.
There is a huge reliance in most companies' initial phases where they don't have the experience and the maturity in their own staff, that they must rely on third parties to help provide that expertise.
You mentioned managing costs as well, and that's obviously something that any IT department is going to have to remain really vigilant about. What are some ways to make sure that you're not having overruns and running into these spending problems?
So before you do that migration, you really want to understand what the actual consumption and utilization is, and so you properly right-size resources. But then once you actually move into the cloud, clients or end users have to be very vigilant in terms of making sure their virtual machines are actually shut off, that they set tagging and assets up properly so that they can ultimately do chargeback, showback. So there's definitely best practices that organizations need to have in order to make sure that their costs don't keep climbing.
Agility is definitely an enabler, but without rigor behind it, right? You can run into a lot of trouble.